Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, I want to take you on a little journey, one that starts with a coin so common, so ordinary, you probably wouldn't even give it a second glance. So let's get started. I'm talking about the 1981 Lincoln 1 cent. Now I know, a penny might not seem like the most exciting thing at first, but the story behind this small piece of copper is actually pretty fascinating. It's got a lot more going on than just being 1 cent in your pocket. So, let's start at the beginning. The Lincoln 1981 1 cent has been around since 1909, originally created to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. That design, the one with Lincoln's bust facing right, was revolutionary at the time. It marked the first time a real person, especially a president, appeared on a regular U.S. coin. The designer, Victor David Brenner, crafted an image of Lincoln that was both respectful and realistic, based on a photograph taken during the Civil War. By 1959, the U.S. Mint decided to update the reverse side of the coin, replacing the wheat ears with the Lincoln Memorial to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. That design, created by Frank Gasparo, remained on the back of the penny for nearly 50 years. So the 1981 penny is part of that long-lasting design era, and it's actually the second to last year that the memorial reverse would be paired with the original copper composition. And here's where it gets interesting. 1981 was the final full year the Lincoln cent was made using a mostly copper alloy. The composition was 95% copper and 5% zinc. The coins weighed about 3.11 grams, which gave them a solid, heavier feel than what most of us are used to today. In mid-1982, the Mint made a major change. Due to rising copper prices, they switched to a cheaper composition, mostly zinc with just a thin copper plating. These new coins weighed less and were far less expensive to produce, but that shift meant the end of an era. So the 1981 cent represents the tail end of something special. When you hold one, you're holding one of the last of the true copper pennies. That might not seem important now, but for collectors, it's a key detail. There's something about that old-school weight, that rich tone of copper, and the knowledge that it came just before the big switch, that makes this coin feel a little more meaningful. Millions of these were minted, actually billions. Between the Philadelphia and Denver mints, the U.S. struck over 7 billion 1981 cents for circulation. Philadelphia didn't use a mint mark at the time, so if your coin has no letter beneath the date, that's where it came from. If it has a D, it was struck in Denver. Those two make up the bulk of the coins people find in circulation today. And even though they're common, coins in uncirculated condition can still be worth collecting. A sharp, clean 1981 cent with no signs of wear, maybe one that's been sitting untouched in a roll for decades, could be worth a few dollars if graded high enough. Now, the San Francisco Mint also played a part in 1981, but in a much more limited way. That year, San Francisco produced proof coins only. These were not intended for circulation. Proofs are specially made using polished dies and high-quality blanks, and they're struck multiple times to bring out fine details and give them that signature mirror-like finish. If you've ever seen a proof penny, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They look almost too perfect to spend. And there's actually a neat twist with the 1981 proof cents. There are two versions of the S Mint mark, one that's a bit blurry and filled in, and another that's sharply defined. These are known as Type 1 and Type 2, respectively. The Type 2 proof is much scarcer, and for collectors, finding one in pristine condition can be a really exciting discovery. The difference is subtle, but it matters, especially when it comes to value. A nice Type 2 proof can easily sell for $20, $30, or more depending on condition. What I love about coins like the 1981 Lincoln cent is that they serve as these tiny time capsules. They were struck during a transition, right before the composition changed forever. They were made in massive numbers, handled by millions, and yet, within that commonality, there's a uniqueness that collectors appreciate. Whether it's the weight of the copper, the potential for a rare proof variety, or just the simple beauty of the design, there's something really satisfying about taking a deeper look at something so often overlooked. There's also the chance of finding errors. Like any mass-produced object, mistakes happen. Some 1981 cents have been discovered with off-center strikes, doubled dies, or other minting errors that make them highly collectible. It's a bit like a treasure hunt. Most of what you'll find will be ordinary, but once in a while, you might stumble on a coin with a twist. Those kinds of discoveries are what make the hobby so much fun. And honestly, Even if you're not a diehard collector, it's worth keeping an eye out for pre-1982 pennies in your change. Some people like to save them for their copper content alone. While it's illegal to melt them down for the metal, there's still a growing interest in preserving them, kind of like people used to do with silver coins from before 1965. It's not going to make you rich, but it's a fun and easy way to build a little collection of your own. So the next time you come across a penny with 1981 stamped on it, don't just toss it aside. Take a second to really look at it. Maybe it's just a regular coin that's seen a lot of pockets, or maybe it's a clean, bright copper piece with a story to tell. Either way, it's part of a closing chapter in American coinage, one that connects us to the past in a small, tangible way. Thanks so much for spending this time with me. If you enjoyed learning about the 1981 Lincoln Memorial Cent, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a unique penny in your change, or if you collect copper cents yourself. I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your change jar full, and happy collecting.